President Trump's self-imposed deadline for Russia to agree to a ceasefire in Ukraine arrived today with no deal in place, setting the stage for sweeping economic sanctions against countries that continue purchasing Russian oil. The ultimatum expires as the Kremlin announced that Presidents Trump and Putin would meet in the coming days, potentially in the United Arab Emirates, raising questions about whether threatened penalties will proceed as planned. Trump set the original 50-day deadline in mid-July, but shortened it to 10 to 12 days after expressing frustration with Putin's continued bombardment of Ukrainian civilian targets. Speaking to reporters Thursday, the president said the outcome now depends on Putin and declared himself very disappointed with the Russian leader. The White House has already begun implementing its strategy of secondary sanctions, imposing an additional 25% tariff on India Wednesday for purchasing Russian oil. This brings total U.S. tariffs on Indian goods to 50%, marking the first concrete action under Trump's escalating pressure campaign. According to the executive order, India's imports of Russian crude undermine U.S. efforts to counter Russia's harmful activities and enable Moscow to fund its war effort. The move follows Trump's criticism that India don't care how many people in Ukraine are being killed by the Russian war machine, while profiting from discounted Russian crude. China, Russia's largest oil customer with $62.5 billion in purchases last year, could face similar penalties, though Trump is balancing sanctions with ongoing trade negotiations with Beijing. White House officials indicated that secondary sanctions targeting Russian oil customers remain expected to be implemented Friday despite the diplomatic developments. The sanctions would primarily impact China and India, the largest purchasers of Russian crude, which together account for nearly half of Moscow's oil exports. The economic pressure campaign aims to cut off Russia's primary source of war funding, as oil revenues account for roughly one-third of the country's federal budget. However, analysts warn that reducing global oil supply could drive up prices for American consumers, creating a delicate balance for the administration between pressuring Russia and managing domestic economic concerns. Subscribe for more updates.